What would you do if you were given the mission to write a song and make a music video in under 30 hours? And your song had to be about one out of this world topic. Who can handle the pressure and will be crowned Music Master?
What did she say?
So where did the Music Master's idea come from to begin with?
That's a funny story. So it ended up being a competition between me and Scott. Wouldn't this be cool if you had all different types of genres of music and they were all doing it on one word, and then you got to hear all about this word, but in rock or country or hip hop or indie or just whatever, and then everyone came together and and then ta-da.
From there, I think you said, hey, let's shoot out the whole concept to all of social media and see if people want to actually respond. And we had a huge response. Everybody wanted to either be on the show or be part of the show, and it just exploded. We went through over 100 auditions.
Do y'all remember the night when we were choosing the topic words?
Oh gosh.
And to put them on the wheel. So we wanted to make the words, to make this challenging, we wanted to get words that were off the wall. So the first night they all showed up.
Huh. Yeah, that was nerve-wracking for, I think, all of us.
They showed up and they didn't have a clue what
They
was
had
going on.
no idea.
They kind of had a basic idea of the concept.
They knew it was about music.
They didn't know anything about the words, random words, none of that.
No.
They just knew the prizes.
They didn't know the time. They didn't even know the timeline.
They didn't know the timeline, the time limits we were going to
Yeah,
give them.
they didn't.
They knew nothing.
Yep.
Yeah, that was.
I remember, I remember when we told them that they were only going to get 24 hours to write a song, and they were like,
Some of the look on their faces.
what?
They were like, deer in the headlights. And
And one of them asked me, he goes, well, what does my song got to be about? And I said, you'll find out later. And he looked at me with this dumbfounded look like, oh crap, seriously, I got to write, I don't even know what I'm writing a song about.
Right.
Nope, they knew nothing. So we started that night, though, with interviews, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we had the 5 contestants come in, and then they all had an interview, and you ended up being our host.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah.
For me, I think one of my favorite parts was listening to each contestant tell you their least favorite genre of music.
Because then they all it's like they all hated each other. They were all such good friends as far as writers and musicians, but their least favorite genre was somebody else they're competing against. When they came back after 24 hours, the next day after we did the interviews, they got the word fish. And
The look on their faces.
I was shocked. They were all somewhat happy, but you could see in some of their minds that they were going, how in the world am I going to write a song about fish in 24 hours?
They were stressed.
Yeah.
They were totally stressed. I mean, I remember the footage of the stuff that they were sending us. They were stressed.
But it was more real, too, rather than me showing up there trying to capture something. It was just when they were in the moment. It wasn't a certain time we had a window to film it. It was while they were doing it, they could do it. So it captured the real moment.
Mm-hmm.
Right. When they came back in 24 hours, they not only came back with their song idea of 90 seconds of a song, but another pitch that they didn't expect is they had to record it
Perform
on
it.
stage and perform it live.
Yeah. They each had an hour to get their best take.
The best take.
Okay.
And then that was going to be judged.
Will be
The
judged.
first cut.
And the first cut means if the judge doesn't like what they
You're
just
out.
wrote, you're done.
You don't
And
move
this
on.
is, because the next move on would be the music video. And
Right.
we haven't even introduced that part yet. So at this point,
They don't know anything about that.
no.
They have no clue that
They-
they're going to be involved in the music
No,
video.
and I'll tell you, I think that night was the night that there was the most emotions.
Yeah. There was a lot of tension between the contestants.
Oh, yeah. So from that point, then we actually ended up doing virtual judging.
Yep.
This was kind of in
COVID
the middle.
was in high swing.
Yeah, we were still in the middle of a lot of COVID stuff, and we liked the idea that if this type of pandemic had ever happened again, that there's still some sort of way that we could have entertainment and reality TV.
Right.
And we thought it was super cool that there was still the ability to create a show.
Without having a in theater audience.
Yeah, but still make audience feel included in the process.
So they were doing a live performance recording, knowing that the next day they're coming back to do a studio recording. But they didn't know that there was a twist in the whole story, that Some of them weren't going to be
the
doing
hot
any
seat
studio
that the
recording.
hot seat
The hot
was
seat
coming.
was coming.
Yep.
Right.
And they had no idea. And this is when you got the most nervous, I think.
Woo, I was nervous.
When you're having to break news to
Sitting
people.
there
Yeah.
in front of those guys, being a music artist myself, being told no is not fun, and having to tell somebody else no is just as much not fun.
Yeah. So basically, what was happening here is you were telling them if they made it or not. They didn't even know they were getting judged, but you're telling them if they made it or not, and then the next round that night, they're
They start
recording.
In the studio.
They have
Because
1
and they're
hour.
recording that song for the music video that was coming short, like right directly after that.
3 days, but within 3 days later, they'd already be shooting their music video.
So we ended up calling somebody and saying somebody could not handle the pressure. This concept pushes an artist to their limits. I mean,
Yeah.
it absolutely, between writing a song, performing it, recording it, and then taking that vision and putting it visually on a video so people can understand your take on this word, all under 30 hours.
They sat down and we edited it together. They controlled everything. I just did the stuff, but they came up with the ideas.
And that was really important because, you know, you get a bunch of creative minds together,
We can make something
we
good.
can make something great, but this is all about you.
They need to come up with it.
That's right. And so from that point, we got all the music videos done.
And then we came into the finale.
The finale day. So that would be the night where they actually pitched their music video with their recorded song, and the whole, you know, all their work finally comes together, and it's in a pretty little package called a music video. And they literally created the whole thing all on their own from a really crazy word in 30
and then
hours.
the judges just watched
And then
each
they
music
gave,
video
gave their
and
critiques.
gave their critiques
Yep.
of their lyrics. The contestants got 24 hours to share their YouTube clip of their music video for 24 hours, and whoever got the most views got extra 5 points, then extra 3 points, and then extra 1
They
point.
went to town.
It's insane.
Talk about one of the smartest marketing ideas ever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Raw.
So we ended up with 3 completely different genres,
Yeah.
and their music videos completely different.
We had
Yeah.
one that was more contemporary, like, you know, regular music video telling a story. We had one that was way out there.
And then one that
one
was,
that was even more way out there.
I'm telling you,
we had one that was very comical.
Yes, very comical.
I've watched reality shows related to music because I love music so much for so many years, and I'm going, everybody today on reality shows is writing original music and putting it on reality shows now anyway.
Right.
This is something that could really stick, and there's so many twists in it that really push people to their limit, that cause that drama factor that I think the nation, even the couch sitters that love watching the Idol and The Voice and all those shows, they're sitting there watching that. This is a new spin on things, so where they go, I can write a song about fish. And then you go, can you?
yeah, because I mean, because at the end of the day, there was overall talent, but it wasn't necessarily. I mean, one of the people that was a finalist isn't what we would consider a vocalist.
Right.
They were a musician that played a bass guitar, and he wrote a song and had to put some lyrics to it. So, you know, so it wasn't necessarily based upon vocal talent. Like, you don't have to be the best of the best. That's not what this is about.
It's the overall
the
package.
overall
It's the-
putting the image and package
Yes.
together.
Yeah,
to,
and I feel like that opens. Like, I love that point, Scott, because
Brings
I
a
feel
lot
like
more people in.
yes, that opens the door for so many more
you
people.
don't have to be a Whitney Houston to be part
Right.
of this.
Or an
You
American
just-
Idol.
Right.
Yeah.
You need to be creative.
Right.
Yeah.
That's this is a show for the creatives.
Creatives.
Well, that's that.
That's it. That's Music Masters
Music
from
Masters.
beginning to
That's,
end.
that's when you ask, what's Music Masters?
That's it.
That's it.
Finding the master.
Pretty cool journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Now let's see where it goes from here.
Do it.
Adios.